Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to GTA 5, where today we are driving a car with an absolutely terrible field of view out of this thing. It's like looking out of a visor on a bike or something, but actually worse looking at this thing. This is one of the new supercars that was added in the new gun running DLC. This is actually the first supercar that was added after the gun running DLC, because they sort of like add them all together in one update and then sort of stagger their releases online. This is the first release one. This was released on the 30th of June. I'm not sure when this video is going out, hopefully as soon as possible. And it's this thing right here. Now, I'm trying to think of what this looks like. This back end looks kind of like that weird Aston Martin thing, but I'm not entirely sure. But the thing is, this is actually made by Debauchee, if you're actually going to go by the inside game lore. And I think the whole point of Debauchee is it's supposed to be Aston Martin, so I guess that makes sense. But I can't tell you the name. I really can't remember what it is. But I've seen this somewhere before, and I'm pretty sure it was Aston Martin. At least I think. This is where it's going to be. Cue everyone going into the comment section and shouting at me because I don't know, and I'm sorry. So this is the newest supercar from the gun running DLC update. Now, one of the interesting things is this is apparently now one of the fastest supercars in the game. I'm not sure what the fastest is, but I think this is like one of the fastest. I really don't keep up to date with what happens with supercars and stuff. Seems like I don't play online and I don't need to... Whoa. Okay. Seems like I don't play online and I don't really do the races. The whole sort of like supercar speed thing has been irrelevant to me, although I understand that it probably is for some of you guys, and I try to test as much as I can, but I know that I'm not really going to be much help. But I do believe, or I think it should at least be, considering this is new, one of the fastest supercars in the game. But what I have learnt, what I have heard on the grapevine from this latest update, is that something happened with the downforce in this game, and apparently loads of the cars that were previously really fast that used downforce are no longer fast. Which is kind of, I think that sucks, because talking about like my hatred of online anyway, where it forces you to buy like really expensive stuff that takes ages to earn, because it's really hard to earn money, or you have to like pay real money for a shark card. To then have an update where that car gets nerfed must really suck. People have bought cars thinking they're really fast for races, and then turns out that when they change the downforce, it's actually not as fast as it used to be. That really sucks. But it's sort of like, it makes me think that they did that to make this car faster, or just to make new cars faster in general. It's a really sort of scummy thing, but it's sort of the thing I would expect to happen with all these updates, because obviously it is really weighted towards you having to buy shark cards and buy all these new vehicles and stuff in each update. That it would make sense if Rockstar were actually making it so that the old cars were slower, so that the new cars would actually be worth buying. But actually, I'm getting a bit rambly before we've really got into the video, so there's going to be some comments on the screen right now. These are comments from the previous video. If you like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comments section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. And don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight, links in the description. And don't forget also Loot Crate, the channel's sponsor. I'm really bigging them up lately because actually I'm really excited for the July crate. Normally I'm sort of like, oh, do it if you're into it. This one's like really big for me. If you're into Rick and Morty and Bob's Burgers and all that sort of stuff, the July box is themed for animation. So you can go into lootcrate.com/Figureight. You can check that out. Maybe that's going to tip you over into wanting to try Loot Crate for the first time, which would be amazing. You can use the code FIG8 for 10% off on Loot Crate. So, back to this. Back to the Vagner. The Debauchee Vagner. Or Vagner? Maybe Vagner? Vagner? I don't know, Vagner sounds better because it sounds like isn't that an old composer? Vagner? I don't know. Maybe it all ties in. I really don't know how Rockstar name their cars. Obviously, there's some system. This must have some relevancy to something. But yes, this is called the Vagner. Well, actually, what I'm going to do... Where am I going? I don't recognise this road at all. Have I ever been on this road? Have I? Oh, that's this road. Why did this look different? That was kind of weird. I didn't recognise that road for a second there. Right, let's pull over here because there are some modifications and stuff that we can do to this. Let's just pull in over here. And of course, because I did forget to stance the tamper in the previous video, we will use the V-Starter mod on this to try and make something stupid looking. But first of all, let's fix this thing up because it's rather bashed up. There we go, that's better. Let's go to vehicle options and menus customs. So we have, actually, do we have liveries? We do not have liveries on this one. Interesting. Actually, let's just go somewhere where there's some better lighting. There we go, better lighting. So let's go for spoiler. Wow, we actually have a lot of choices here. So we have stock, which is actually nothing. Did one pop up when you go fast? I can't remember seeing that. Maybe it did. No, there's no automatic spoiler. No, nothing like that. Okay, so we have the stock spoiler, the standard spoiler. Oh, just a tiny little piddly thing. We have the carbon spoiler. Okay, now we're getting big. The carbon debauchee spoiler. Ah, just a nice little bit on the end. The primary GT spoiler, which is in red as well to match the car. Secondary in the secondary colour. And the carbon version. Then we also have the primary race spoiler. I like the look of that. I do like that. I like that sort of sharpness and that little dip in there. That's a nice look. I'm quite drawn to that, actually. Although I do like that standard spoiler. I've got to say, it's definitely something that you would expect to see if this car was a real thing. That does look pretty cool. But we also have the primary race spoiler, the secondary race spoiler, and the carbon race spoiler. I'm going to go for the carbon race spoiler, just to make this sort of like really outlandish looking, if we can, because it is already outlandish looking. A big spoiler isn't really going to change that. It's still going to look pretty amazing in real life, or just in the game. Actually, it just looks amazing in general. Front bumpers now. So we have the stock, we have the accent stripe splitter. Oh, yeah, I like that because it's actually matching the sides now. Yeah, I like that. Then we have the race splitter. And then we have the accent stripe race splitter. I'm going to go for the accent stripe race splitter. Oh my god, just look at that gap under there. That is some proper aerodynamics and stuff going into this. Oh my god. And then it goes up through there. We can actually follow it. And then it goes into there, which goes into the engine. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, hello. What have we got under here? It's just a bit of beach. Okay. So then onto the exhaust. We have the stock exhaust. Right here we have the race exhaust. And the chrome tip exhaust. I'm going to go for stock because it looks like it's molded for the car. It's shaped for the car. Anything else just looks a bit silly. So, stock exhaust it is. Onto the hood now, which technically is the back in this thing. I'm not sure if that is right, but let's see. So we have primary cut. No, it is actually the front. Okay. I think that would be called the frunk on this one. Is that the hood? Is that it really? Just this bit here. So there's the stock. Then we have the primary color, secondary color, and then we have a carbon version with the intake. I'm going to go with that intake one because that looks awesome. I like that. Then on the roof, we have the stock roof. Then we have it with the primary color band. Oh, it's this bit here. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I like that. Then we have the carbon band just to make it completely carbon on the top. I like that too because it just matches with everything else. Then we have the primary version with the scoop, secondary one with the scoop, and then we have the carbon scoop. I tell you what, I've gone for the carbon spoiler. I've gone for the carbon bit on the front. I'm going to go for the carbon bit on the roof as well. Then it's just a case of upgrading engine, brakes, transmission, suspension, and that's pretty much it. Turbo, no extras. I guess we should paint it as well, actually. We need to find something that goes with the yellow because I don't think that's related to the secondary color, actually. Maybe we should just go with a race yellow, just so everything matches. I tell you what, that's bright. That's really sort of standout-ish, but I like that in yellow. I'm going to go for yellow. Oh yes, by the way, the doors. They open up like that. Oh my god. I love cars that open up like that. And back down. Awesome. Oh, I love that noise. Oh. Let's just listen to this for a second. Oh. That is nice. So actually, whilst we're here, and whilst we have a car that is supposedly supposed to be really fast, I guess we should stick the speedometer. I don't have a timer or anything like that, but I guess if we could just see the top speed of this thing, maybe go on the airport runway, I think would actually be better than going the wrong way up a road. Let's try and see what top speed we can get on this. Okay, so the goal is... Oh, actually, that's quite cool. Oh my god, that is some wonky landing. Where the hell is he going? Let's just follow that for a second. What the hell are you doing, man? What was that? That was the worst landing job I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, I'm going to put the rear wheels on this line at the back here because actually there's a bit of a different surface there. I'm not sure if there's going to be a loss of grip, so I'm going to start from here. Normally I would start a bit further up there, but this is going to be my new starter zone. Here we go. Just going to try and see how fast we can get by the time we reach this line up here. And of course, this is the fully tuned version. So I'm going to go back to the stock version in a second and see what sort of speed we get there. This plane might be in the way. Oh, it didn't. That was good. I didn't actually touch it as well. And across the line, 112. Across the line. I mean, looking at this, I would assume that actually it's supposed to be more about the handling than the top speed. But, of course, this is in single player and not online with any sort of, like, speed setback. So the online speed might be slightly different. But that was a 112 up to that line with it fully modified. Now let's put it back to normal. Okay, here we go. Same line again. Revving. And go. Let's see what we get. So it was 112 by the time we hit the line with it all modified. I'm assuming it's going to be a little bit slower. Maybe most of the modifying stuff is going to be in the acceleration and not top speed department. But I don't know. This might be a very similar speed. Okay, we got to about 109. So we were 3 miles an hour less without any of the tuning stuff, which actually you would expect that to be better. But I'm guessing that this car is just really a savior in the bends, because actually this handling is pretty cool. But I don't have any sort of track set up for me to do some proper testing, so I guess this is the best we're going to get for now. Oh yes, you wanted stance, didn't you? Actually, you probably didn't, but we're going to do it anyway, because some of you do want it. Let's go to the menu. So, let's go. Should we make this... How are we going to do this? Because this looks great already. Actually, should we try and not do camber on the first one? I'm just going to lower it down. So I'm going to go for the rear height first. Lower it down. We're going to go for a little bit of camber. There we go. So it's tucked in. Do you know, that's not bad. And then on the front, I'm going to do the same thing. Front height. Drop that all the way down. So the wheels... Oh! There we go. Before it breaks. And then front camber. Actually, that's sticking out the top. So we should probably go a little bit higher. There we go. Tilt the backs. Not looking very healthy. There we go. That's as low as we can get it. That is the absolute lowest that we can have. But look at that. That actually looks really quite badass with it all slammed down like that. And then, of course, we could make the more crazy cambery version just because we can. Let's go nuts. And then knock that out. Oh dear. Actually, I tell you what, that's some nice little stretch tire on there. In fact, actually, that's not nice stretch tire. What's up with the shape of these tires? What's up with that? That's weird. Okay, so let's tuck that into about there. We're definitely going to have to pop that up just a little bit so we don't have all the stuff glitching through. I mean, that's going to take us to about there. That's really weird. But look at that all stanced out, all the camber. This looks so stupid. And then just a more subtle camber on the front. I know some of you guys don't like it when I do that because you prefer like the drift style stance, but never mind. There we go, a bit more camber. Bit more poke, and there we go. That's that stanced out, looking absolutely ridiculous, and it still works. Okay, it's definitely very slidey compared to before, but it still works. So there we go, guys. That is the Vagner, added from the latest gun running DLC. There's some more vehicles that we've got to check out. There's the Ardent, there's the new Cheetah, there's the Insurgent, the Night Shark, the Technical, the Torero, and the XA21. They are all secret, currently unreleased cars for GTA 5 that I will be checking out because I know some of you guys were asking where they all were. I did mention in those videos that I was going to save them for other videos, but maybe you missed that. So if you're wondering where the other cars are, they are coming in other videos, but that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.